Hi guys, it's Jessica D 1987. I'm coming to you guys tonight with a Marine Corps FAQ video. So if you guys are not interested in any military videos or the Marine Corps, I will give you a chance to go ahead and click off of this video. Okay, so this video may be a little bit long because I've received quite a few video requests or questions regarding the Marine Corps in general in the past couple of weeks. And also for future reference, on my channel page, I have created a playlist, and there's a playlist entitled Marine Corps or Military and the Marine Corps. If you have any questions or comments or anything regarding the Marine Corps or the military in general for females or anything like that, go check out those videos. I think it's about 15 videos I've done so far on the Marine Corps. And also I want to say that this is going to be the last video for quite some time about the Marine Corps. I'm sorry, I know some people have subscribed to my channel for the Marine Corps, the military, or that part of my life. I got in the Marine Corps almost 2 years ago. This June will make 2 years, and I just want to move on with that and do something new on my channel and focus my energy and my time on something else, like more hair videos, more about my product line, cloth diapering, which is something we're getting into, and that's for a whole nother video. I just pretty much, this is going to be the last video for quite some time on the Marine Corps. I may make some exceptions if it's something urgent or if it's something really relevant that I feel like I haven't covered in another video. But for general purposes, it's pretty much going to be the last video for a while. So let me go ahead and get started. This may be even a two-part video because, like I said, I received quite a few questions and emails regarding the Marine Corps. So please bear with me, please. The first one I want to get into is from, and if you see me looking down, it's because I have 3 pages of questions that I need to cover. And if I'm talking fast, it's just because I want to go ahead and get it out. Okay, guys? So this first one I'm reading from her is from Soka Music Lover. I'll read a little bit of what she said. It says, I would like to request if you could do a video about ways to deal with a relationship while the other is away at boot camp. I wanted to know what I should avoid and how to cope with it and still keep my relationship strong. So I think that when you are in a relationship or married to someone who is in the military, and I'm speaking from the Marine Corps specifically because that's the branch I served in, it can be very difficult. It's almost as if you are serving too. Even though you're their spouse or significant other or dependent, you are dealing with the deployments, the training, and everything. And so it can be very difficult. And it's also very difficult for the family member or the loved one who is actually in the service, for them to kind of explain to family members, because sometimes it's very difficult to explain or break down what's going on in the military world. Because if you're not in the military, you may not understand all the terminology or the ins and outs and why they have to do certain things. So it can be very tedious to kind of, explain your emotions and explain in a way that a regular person or a civilian would understand it, because there's a lot of military terminology. So I would say, number one, just be very patient with him and realize that it's very difficult for him as well to convey his emotions. He doesn't know what's going on, because if I believe he's at boot camp, like she said, it's very difficult for him to even understand what's going on completely. So you have to be very patient with him and let him talk about it first. Let him introduce it and don't force it upon him. Just be there for him and be the person who, you know, he fell in love with, or the person that he knows, because when he's not dealing with the military, he kind of probably doesn't want to talk about it as much. That's a completely different part of his life. And even though you want to, you know, be in on that and know everything, what's going on with his job and how's he doing and what's training like, and you're very interested, he may just want to leave that behind, discuss something that's not the military. So, I mean, the biggest thing is just be there, be supportive, be patient, and but convey your feelings to him and let him know, hey, you know, I just want to make sure that you're okay, you know, and you kind of just want to be in on the loop. So I would say gently, you know, express how you're feeling, and because sometimes they may not know, they're not mind readers. You just need to let them know, I just want to know what's going on with you. So I hope that helped. If you have more specific questions for this person, Soka Music Lover, let me know and I will try my best to answer it for you. I mean, I can't speak too much on it because my husband and I, we had a long distance relationship. Once he got out of the Marine Corps and I was just starting my career in the Marine Corps, so he had already gone through it, so he didn't really have those questions, and we had an understanding, and we had a long-term relationship or a long-distance relationship for a good almost 2 years of our relationship. So this next question is from a subscriber of mine named Kima T07. And she said, would you please make a video, especially for the men who are afraid for their women to join the Marine Corps. Explain your experiences and your opinion about whether or not the Marines is it's really that bad for females. I need him to hear it from a female that has been there, done that. Even though I'll only be able to join the reserves, I really want to be a Marine. But I'm having a really hard time convincing my husband that it's not that bad. So first of all, I want to commend you on your decision to actually join the Marine Corps, whether it's active duty, reservist, officer, enlisted, whatever. It is a very big life-changing decision. So, I mean, that within itself should be commended. And your husband, he's doing it just because he loves you, you know. Also, it can be very difficult for a male to watch their significant other, their girlfriend, their wife, sister, mother, anybody join the military because it's a very male-dominated field. And it could just be tough watching someone you love join. So just try to explain, just try to put yourself in his shoes and understand where he's coming from. And it's not from a negative place usually. Also, I've been in the Marine Corps, like I said, my husband, he was in, so he completely understood what was going on with me. He didn't really worry. And I mean, I explained things to him if I was having difficulty, and he understood, and he was able to be there when I needed to vent and everything like that. Also, the Marine Corps is not bad for females. It is male dominated. The military in general is going to be the same for every female, no matter what branch of service you're in. It's going to be much more difficult to or it's easier to see how it differs for women when you're active duty versus reservist. So when you're a reservist, you're only going to get a small taste of what it's like to interact with males or see how they treat you. And it's not just the military in general, it's about the men or the people in general. It has nothing to do with what branch. The Marine Corps is no worse than or no better than the Army or Air Force or Navy, Coast Guard, whatever. It's just the people. Just like if you had a regular civilian job, a regular job like someone working in the office, it depends on the people you work with. It has nothing to do with because I work for this company or this branch of service. It's really about the people that you work with. I've worked, in my experience, I've worked in both sides. I've worked where the males and even some of the females were very rude and nasty and derogatory, but you just have to deal with that. And that's a part of life and you'll get over it. I've worked with an office where it was all males and they were infantrymen, which is completely outside of my field, and they were very sweet, very nice, very understanding, everything, respectful. I cannot tell you what you'll experience. You have to go through that experience yourself. But what I can say is it's not specifically directed towards the Marine Corps. It's going to be bad for females. It could happen in any branch. It could happen in any job, whether you're in the military or not. So just keep that into account. So I hope that helped with your question. I'll go ahead and move on to the next one. This one is from a YouTuber's name is Oh Yeah Dude. And they have quite a few bit of questions, so I'm going to try to go through them as quickly as possible. And if I'm looking down, it's because I have 3 pages of notes here. Let's see, this person is saying they're trying to decide whether or not to choose between the Air Force or the Marine Corps, which is very funny because, excuse me, when I was a senior in high school,